So in the last video, we left off saying that these metrics here, precision, recall, and F1 score, are only calculated using one split, train test split. So only calculated using one. But we want to prefer using cross-validation where possible. So that's what we're going to do. Let's make a little heading. We'll go calculate evaluation metrics using cross-validation. We'll write it here. We're going to calculate precision, recall, and F1 score of our model using cross-validation. And to do so, we'll be using, we'll put this one in code, cross-val score. So we've seen this one in the scikit-learn section, cross-val score. And if we look it up here, as we always want to do, so cross-val score, what's it say? So it takes an estimator, it takes an X, it takes a Y, evaluate a score by cross-validation. The thing we want to pay attention to here is scoring. So if we go to scoring, is string callable. A string or scorer callable object function with signature, which should return only a single value. Okay, so this is the parameter we're going to use to evaluate our model using cross-validation with different metrics. So we're going to change the scoring string. So let's see that. We'll set up a new logistic regression model instance with our best hyperparameters. What were our best hyperparameters? So let's go check best hyperparameters, because we want to set up one of the best models that we can and then use cross-validation on it to evaluate it. GS log reg dot best params. Wonderful. So now we're going to create a classifier. We'll go here, create a new classifier with best parameters that we found. So CLF equals logistic regression. C equals, we're going to just copy that here. Wonderful. Oops, I forgot the 0. That's a very long number there. And then solver equals, now again, these parameters might be different if you've done your own hyperparameter tuning and found some better ones, but that'll do for us for now. Wonderful. So now we've instantiated a model with the best hyperparameters. Let's use cross-val score along with the scoring parameter to get some cross-validated metrics. So what we do, I've actually forgotten. We'll go here. We're going to calculate, yes, there we go. So we want accuracy. I'll go here, cross-validated accuracy. So we might do 4 cells and we go here, cross-validated precision, cross-validated recall, and then cross-validated F1 score. Wonderful. So let's do that. So we're going to CV AC, which stands for cross-validation accuracy, equals cross-val score, and we're going to pass it our classifier, which we just instantiated here. We're going to pass it all of the X data because we can now, because we're using cross-val score, and all of the Y data. We're going to set CV to 5, and we're going to set scoring to be accuracy. Beautiful. And then we're going to check out what CV AC looks like. And we can take the mean of this, because remember, what has it done? It's evaluated our model over 5 different splits. So if we take the mean of it, right, that's going to get the average accuracy across these 5 different splits. So let's do that. So we go mp.mean, CV AC. Wonderful. So that's our accuracy there. So we might save that actually. We might just override our value. And then we'll go CV AC. Beautiful. And now let's do the same with these other ones. We'll go here. We could just copy the code here. Again, you don't want to get into the habit of copying code. We should really functionize this, but we're just going to keep rolling with the punches, what we're doing now. And by functionize this, I mean because we're doing relatively similar calculations the whole way through, we could just make it function. So there's the precision. Might override this to be precision equals MP mean, and then see it again. Wonderful. And then we can do the same thing here. except for recall. What we might do is be a little bit tricky. Put in spaces here. When you hold command, you can put little cursors here. So if we just change this all to recall. Oh, happy days. Look at that. I got 5 cursors on the go. Recall. Wonderful. Oh, that's a nice recall score. Cross-validated as well. We might do the same for F1. We go here. We're going to change all of these bad boys to F1. There we go. We might put a little space here so our code is looking Pythonic. Wonderful. All right. And so now we've got all these cross-validation metrics or cross-validated metrics that our boss is requesting. It's not really good to just have them here sitting in a Jupyter notebook. Like all of our other valuable stuff is in a nice, neat little table. There's our classification matrix. That looks really good in a presentation, you know? This is something that someone could look at and go, yep, I can see that value is pretty high. I can see what's happening here. Let's do the same. Rather than just having them all spread out, let's put it into a graph of sorts or a visualization. So we go visualize our cross-validated metrics. So we're going to create CV metrics as a data frame. I mean, yeah, we probably really should have functionized this to begin with, but that's all right. Sometimes you have to just go through the old-fashioned way and then realize where you've gone wrong and see how you could improve it. Maybe that's a little extension you could try yourself, is see how you could functionize some of what we're doing here. Maybe it just cross-validates X and Y using different metrics and puts it all into a nice little presentation. All in one hit. That would be a good practice. CV recall, and then we go F1 is going to be our CV F1. Wonderful. We need to set an index equals 0. Beautiful. Then we can create a plot, CV metrics. Now I've done this before, spoiler alert, so I know I need to transpose it. Bar title equals cross-validated classification metrics. And do we want a legend? No, we don't. False. Let's see what that looks like. Beautiful. We're going to put a little semicolon here. There we go. So maybe we could probably add like the numbers on here so people know exactly what they are, but we see our model's doing pretty well on recall. And again, we could probably add our cross-validation results from our random forest model or our k-nearest neighbors classifier or any other classification model that we may have tried during our experimentation phase. Remember, this experimentation phase, it's an iterative process, right? Just going back and back and back and forth through here. So we could add that to here and see which model performs best. But for now, we're sticking with logistic regression. And this looks like something that we could share. So what do we have left now? Well, let's scroll back up to where we put down what we've ticked off. Have we ticked off everything? The things our boss was asking, the things we previously didn't know how to do, but now we've seen them in action. Whew. All right. So we've got cross-validation, precision, recall, yep, classification report, tick, ROC curve, tick, area under the curve, code fusion matrix, yep. The thing we're missing out on here is feature importance. All right, well, let's see how we do feature importance in the next video.